It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and we've got a showcase of shutdown defenses. It's the reigning NFC champs and the Bengals, next on Madden.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway in the final game of a busy Sunday. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So the Bucs now in great shape to begin their initial possession. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
Well, in prep for this one, it was fun talking with the defensive staff because they had to review last week's game tapes where he threw for over 400 yards. And they started ho-humming that performance. And finally, you said he threw for over 400. That's got to be significant. That's why he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
They're going to be careful what they wish for ho-humming. He might do it again here in this one. First carry for DeAndre Swift. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Bucs try it on 4th down to come up empty. And the Bengals will get the football back. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Gordon. That'll be caught right side. Shenault with it. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the gun, Gordon. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Callahan. Howard has the first down and then some. And down right around the 37.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Operating from the gun, Callahan. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage was a touchdown. And that's caught at the 2. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Cincinnati.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Joe Tryon there to make the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing on first down, Gordon, and that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On third down, Gordon. Caught on the right side by Adams. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
Too easy.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up fourth down.
Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Callahan. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. 7 yards, the pickup there. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is it allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. Second down at 5. Looking to throw on second down. Callahan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off play action. Callahan. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Back to throw again. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. This is Swift on the counter. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Callahan. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in. And
now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go!
Cincinnati set to take over once again. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This pass complete to Higgins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Second and 11. From the gun, Gordon. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. And that is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score, garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays, and I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to him. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
An extra point attempt to follow here. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Callahan. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bengals offense returns to the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Gordon. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Gets around him. He can't get him down. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. To throw on 2nd down, Callahan. That's caught by Howard.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. From the gun on 3rd down, Callahan. In trouble, and he's taken down. Jay Tufele in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Gordon. He hits his target, the tight end Adams. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play there just before halftime. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything that they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And you get a look at the final readout on air distance, according to Next Gen Stats. On 1st down, Gordon. He's going to let it go again. And this one is incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. The kick by Bass is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Taken in at the 3. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Jalen Hurts, strong in the victory, as his guys managed to cobble together their third win in an otherwise dismal campaign. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. J.K. Dobbins, a touchdown run in the victory. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we'll wrap up the weekend with a good one between the Arizona Cardinals and the L.A. Chargers. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On 1st and 10, Callahan. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again, Callahan. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Callahan. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Looking to throw. Callahan. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. A big play that time for Tampa Bay.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Swain.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Swift again. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. And this one is right through. And the lead now 11, 24-13. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Gordon. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
To throw on 3rd down. Gordon. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gordon, man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off the play fake. Gordon. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. That catch good for only a couple. On second down, here's Mixon. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
Right now!
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on third down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on third down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4. They'll try it now with Swift. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Looking to throw. Callahan. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. 7 yards the pickup there.
You got him. You got him. You got him.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On second down, Swift. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Throwing on first down. Callahan. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Callahan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. On 2nd down, Mixon. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Gordon. And this is going to be incomplete. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
The kick by Bass is good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. A big play there on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2nd down at 4. Once again, it's Swift. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Let's go. That's the way to do it, boy.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now they'll switch it up here and look under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jay Tufele. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact, but that time they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. The Bucs on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Looking to throw. Callahan. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. On 1st down, Gordon. He will find his man Chase complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Gordon. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 34-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Operating from the gun. Gordon over the middle. That's caught by Chase. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Back to throw again. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throw left side, going to be caught by Shenault. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. The kick by Bass is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back. preferably a takeaway.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
Oh, no.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. To throw on second down, Callahan. Throw left side complete. That's Howard. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On second down now, Swift. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Bucs on third down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Callahan. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Callahan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Howard. A gain of 6 there on first. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. On 3rd down, Keys. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. On 1st down, Swift. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They'll try and run here with Swift. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle,
go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Buccaneers, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1.